Like always, let's begin with a short prayer. Just give me a moment, please. I will spotlight myself. Okay. So let's begin with a short prayer. Lord God, we thank you for your blessing. Supreme God, Master Chokoksui, all the great ones, the Holy Gurus, Holy Masters, Saints, we thank you for your great blessings. Thank you for your guidance, help, and protection. Thank you for blessing us with a thorough and complete understanding and internalization of the teachings given by our Guruji in these Golden Lotus Sutra books. Thank you for improving our mental receptivity. To Guruji, Master Chokoksui, thank you. Thank you for your blessings, your guidance, help, and protection. Thank you for the wonderful gift of these books. So just keep in mind, all credit goes to the Guru because he makes the teachings available to us. He makes the teachings accessible to us. And he simplifies the teachings. I'm here trying to expand on the teachings or, sort of explain them a little bit more. Any mistakes will be completely on my account. All right. All the credit goes to the Guruji. And, like you, I'm also a chela. So I'm just trying to help each other out. Mistakes are possible. So in advance, I apologize for any mistakes. So we are here to... Can't hear me? Somebody is saying can't hear me. We can hear. So maybe one person is having a problem. You are audible. Okay, thank you. So just request that person. Maybe that person is having some difficulty. So we are here to read the Golden Lotus Sutras, and each Golden Lotus Sutra contains, there are 7 of these books, and there is the list of these books is given. These are compiled from Master's teaching. So, Master has given us the textbooks. Then he's given us the other books like Hinduism Revealed and Christianity Revealed and the Chakras and, the other books. And then there are these books. So where have they come from? Master didn't sit down and write these books. These books, as he would talk on stage, he would talk about many, many things. And those things were then written down by somebody who was obviously attending. And later they were compiled. The teachings were categorized into many, many categories. So the 7 main categories are the 7 books. But each book, if you see, it has many subcategories and subcategories. So what has been done is that those teachings have been grouped and categorized. So the value of these books, number one, is that these are verbatim, direct from Master's mouth. There is no distortion. It's not like somebody is explaining. These are Master's words exactly. And the real value of them is that on each topic, they give us additional or supplementary knowledge. So, for example, the Golden Lotus Sutra on healing. Yes, you remember the name, Possible Miracles. That will give you a lot of supplementary information on healing, which is not available in the textbooks. And, it's very important to understand, to read these books, understand them, and try to implement the teachings because they are on every aspect of life. Spirituality, spiritual practices, our sadhana. Okay, the one we will start with, character building on Kriya Shakti and material benefits, etc., etc. So they are extremely, extremely valuable. And it is, I promise you, I commit to you, I guarantee, election season, so guarantees is the hot word. I guarantee to you, you will get substantial benefits if you read them, understand them, and implement them in your life. Yes. Now, one slight thing that since they were taken from different lectures at different times, there is a certain amount of randomness. I mean, it's not like Master sat down and wrote, a lesson. So one saying is picked in some lecture, another saying from another lecture. So sometimes it may seem that they are quite random, but that is the nature of them. And one small thing about these books is that these are accessible to everybody. You don't have to be an arhatic yogi or a pranic healer even. Anybody can buy these books. Anybody can read these books. These books are available online. These books are available at your local foundation. My request is, please, in the next session onwards, keep the book with you. I hope you have the book with you even now. And but if you don't, then at least from the next session, before that, we will have the next session on Wednesday, same time. Please do keep a copy of the book with you, because it's like a book study. We will read the words, we will try to understand and discuss the words. Yeah. So let's start by trying to understand why Master has called them the Golden Lotus Sutras. One slight warning, I will go a little fast because these are only 15-minute sessions and we don't want to, extend these sessions for like, 2 years or 3 years. So in the, for the benefit of efficiency, I'll just be a little fast. But anytime you want me to repeat something or you have a question, please put the thumbs up and we'll try to stop and take that up. So why are they called the Golden Lotus Sutras? Why golden lotus? I think all of us know why golden lotus, because the golden lotus refers to the crown chakra of a highly evolved soul. So, his master is reminding you these are related to your spiritual development. Why sutra? You see, sutra is a Sanskrit or a Hindi word. It has many meanings. One meaning is thread. Thread. Like you have a necklace. So the thread in which, let's say, a pearl necklace. So all the pearl pieces are threaded together. They are strung together. There is a string or a wire or something like that. That is the sutra. That which keeps things together or puts things together. Another meaning of the word sutra is formula, or something like formula, where information is very densely, very tightly packed in very few words. Aphorisms, kahavat, in Hindi we say kahavat. Few words, they contain a world of meaning. So they need to be unpacked. It takes a little effort. Just reading them gives you one level of understanding, but you think about them, you do meditation on them, contemplation on them, you start understanding more and more details, more depth. And that is the hope of these sessions, that we try to unpack some of the information. Now, for example, the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita or the Ramcharitmanas, those are not sutras because they are not tightly packed. If you've read any of these, either of these, then they are not, they are verbose. They take many words to explain something. But sutras will just give you a hint, and it is for you to get to the depth. So, for example, Rishi Patanjali wrote the Yog Sutra. So that if you go through, it's only not even 200 sutra or, lines, and tightly packed. All of yoga, including the techniques, is explained in them. So the one that we are going to start studying, this is on Master has, this contains Master's teachings on character building. And I think all of us know how much importance Master gave to character building. I think somewhere he says, or at least this is said, that Master used to say that if you are short of time, if you don't have enough time to do purification or character building and meditation, it's okay, you skip the meditation, but don't miss out on the character building. Yeah. And the greatness of our Guruji is that for everything, he gives us techniques. He doesn't just say practice truthfulness or be kind, be gentle. He gives us techniques. Many, many techniques he has given us. So shall we begin without losing more time? So I'll skip the early pages. Let's go to the heading. Can you see this page? You have this page in front of you. So he says, Master says, character building is a manifestation of your spiritual development. If you understand the word manifest, to manifest is to materialize, to become evident, to show up. So what Master says is that your character shows how much your spiritual development has happened. In fact, this is a theme in this first section. You'll see that both of them are closely intertwined or interdependent or interrelated. Character development, spiritual development. And we know from our scriptures, from the ancient stories, that great yogis have had a downfall because of their character flaws. What is the difference between Ravana and Sri Ram? Ravana has the army, he has the weapons, he has everything. But who emerges victorious in the end? So Ravan had serious character flaws. Okay, let's move forward. Page 3, Sutra number 1. I mean, they are not numbered, but I'll just refer to them as number. So character is the manifestation of the degree of soul contact. When you are out of balance, the connection between you and your higher soul becomes minimal. Why does it become minimal? You see, again, this understanding is given to us by in the soul course that the soul, the higher soul, is pure but not perfect, but it is pure. Now, when the personality starts getting contaminated, and what are the biggest contaminations? Character flaws, character weaknesses. Then the higher soul determines that I think I should reduce my connectivity. I don't want to get contaminated. So what is the connection? We know when we learned it in the basic pranic healing course, the spiritual cord. So the higher soul automatically reduces the size of the spiritual cord because it doesn't want to get contaminated. Okay. Another concept here is the when you are out of balance. So balance we will talk about in later sutras. Okay, just wait for a little while. With a higher degree of oneness, it is easier to practice character building. Now, what is the oneness we are talking about here? It is oneness of the incarnated soul with the higher soul. Correct? And again, it is reflected by the size of the spiritual cord. It is easier to practice character building. Stop identifying yourself with the physical body. When you no longer identify yourself with the physical body, this attitude will activate your spiritual development. It will become easier to control your chakras. So although master is saying physical body, but maybe you can even think of all bodies. So include the astral body, the mental body, and so on. But why master? You have to remember this is not a textbook. This, these aphorisms have been picked up randomly from different master sessions. But even then, you can see the first flaw is that we identify ourselves with the physical body. So when it's time for lunch, what do we say? I am hungry. Yeah, you don't say my body is hungry or I need sleep. But it's actually the body that needs sleep. Yeah. And when you no longer identify yourself. Now, how do you do that? How do you no longer identify yourself? So I think here the soul affirmation really helps. The soul affirmation, just reminding yourself, I am the soul. Also, I think it helps if you keep reminding yourself that the person opposite to you, the person who you are talking to or interacting with, is also a soul. I am imperfect, he or she is imperfect, I am evolving, he or she is evolving. If we do that, we are less likely to fall prey to our weaknesses. For example, getting angry or harming somebody, injuring somebody, are you more likely to do that if you identify yourself with the body, or are you less likely to do that if you identify yourself with the soul? Yeah. So the tip here is do soul affirmations several times a day. That will really help. I mean, I cannot state, emphasize this strongly enough. Try to, all our phones have reminders, ability to set alarms, reminders. So maybe 3, 4 times a day. Maybe if you want to do it very fast, you'd say once every hour. It only takes a minute to remind yourself, I am the soul, I am not the bodies. Okay, the third one, and I think we'll stop after this for today. Weak character reflects the weakness of the soul. Well, when soul connection is not strong, the chakras, rather than the soul, control the lower bodies. Ask, who is the boss? The soul or the chakras? So you recall, if you've done the psychotherapy class, you recall the psychological functions of the chakras, right? And for example, the solar. What is the solar? I, me. The center of selfishness, the center of self-interest. Also, the center of lower will. Now, the question is, who is driving the personality? Is it the lower will or is it the higher will coming down from the higher soul? So, if the higher soul is controlling the solar, it does it through the ajna. So, another way of asking this question is the ajna in control or is the solar plexus in control? Is the higher will in control or the lower? And one thing to do, I mean, one tip is that in any situation, you ask yourself, who needs this? For example, you want to take revenge. Then if you can ask yourself, who needs this revenge? My soul or my personality? So then you are less likely to, go on the path of the character flaw. Less likely to work out the character flaw. Correct? So since we said 15 minutes, we've gone actually by more than a couple of minutes. So we'll stop here. My request is please do give feedback. Go to our website. This recording will also come up. You are welcome to go there. In case some of you are joining in for the first time, you can take a screenshot of this screen and use it to stay in touch. Thank you so much for joining. Let's give thanks. Supreme God, thank you. Master, thank you. All the great ones, the Holy Gurus, Holy Masters, thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank the Pranic Healing Society team. Thank you so much for your help, your active help. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for joining in.